Good evening, everyone. My name is Lori Ferraro. I am zooming in from Boise, Idaho, and I am so excited about our Wellness Zoom this evening. We have an incredible guest that I'm going to be interviewing, and I can't wait for you to hear from him. I want to encourage each and every person on here to have a paper, to have a pen or a pencil. You're going to want to take some notes. If you do miss out on getting some notes written down, this is recorded so you can catch the recording later. I just love to take notes. There's just so many things I'm so fascinated by, and I love to learn. And this gentleman, he is just an absolute wealth of knowledge. So I just want to let you know I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a Mimo. I have two daughters, three grandsons. My husband and I have been married for 33 years. And I want to age as gracefully as I can. I want to be around for my family, my friends, my acquaintances as long as I can. And I don't want to be that, in pain all the time or getting up off the floor and creaking. I mean, those things will happen in time, but if I can age gracefully and do a little bit better, that's what I want to do. And I've noticed, there's a lot of things about wellness. I mean, wellness is really trending now, right? But it's not just what supplements you put into your mouth, it's what's actually absorbing. That really, really matters is what's absorbing. And here's the thing, true health isn't about following trends, it's about leading them. It's important that we lead, not follow. So like I said, I am ecstatic to introduce our guest speaker. So we have Dr. Dan Gubler on here tonight, and he's a phytonutrient chemist. He has a PhD in organic chemistry. He's Caltech trained. He's created over 70 formulations. He has over 60 patents granted or pending. He's our CSO, our Chief Scientific Officer, and he leads a board of talented doctors from all across the world. He's a family man and he's a dear friend. So it is my absolute honor to introduce each and every one of you to my friend, Dr. Dan Gubler. Welcome.
Thank you, Lori. It's so great to be with you this evening. I wish you and Greg and your family well. Grateful to be with all of you today. Hello, I hope you guys are well wherever you are on this beautiful planet. It was so great to hear some of you introduce yourselves and where you're from. And I'm from Orem, Utah. That's where I live. It's about 20 minutes from our corporate headquarters, which is in Lehi, Utah, and that's about 30 minutes south of Salt Lake City. And if you haven't had a chance to visit Utah, I hope you'll have a chance sometime to come see us, come say hi at our office. I love science. That's the simplest way to say it about me. I mean, I eat, I sleep, I drink, I breathe science. It's in my DNA. My grandfather, there's a picture of him. My grandfather was a famous biochemist, and he was part of a group that discovered vitamin B1, the role of copper in the body, and he established biochemistry departments throughout the world in the Middle East and elsewhere. And I've always wanted to be like him. He passed away about, let's see, yeah, about 20 years ago. And I miss him every day. He's my motivation. My parents and my family are also my motivation. I just want to help people live healthy and happy lives. I'll tell you, my goal is to make sure, and I hope to have the opportunity that all of the 8.1 beautiful people living on the planet have an opportunity to hear about 3 International. More specifically, they have an opportunity to try our products to transform their health. So I'm grateful to be with you all tonight, and we're going to talk about our products. We're going to talk about the science behind them, why you should care, how it's going to benefit your health and wellness, and we're going to have fun. So let's get started, Lori. What's the first product
Oh,
we're talking about tonight?
okay. Well, our first product that we're going to talk about is our Vitalité. And it comes in this nice box. I love the drop down, Dr. Dan. I love the
Yeah.
drop down. Inside here, you guys, there's 30 little packets, and in each packet, there's 5 supplements. And every morning, Dr. Dan, I start my day right away with that packet. I take it on an empty stomach. I take it with water. I love how you formulated this product so that I can take it on an empty stomach. And it's so funny to me because when I tell people that, I have people all the time say, "Oh, Lori, everyone has supplements. Everyone, what makes yours different? And I say, you know what? I would love for you to take this tomorrow morning on an empty stomach. And their eyes get like this and they're like, what? And I said, I know, right? You think you're going to get sick, feel nauseous, vomit, da 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 da. That's how you're going to know. One of the reasons. So back to you, Dr. Dan.
Yeah, Vitalité is an amazing product. It's one of my favorite ones. It's one of our most popular products, and it's a foundational health product. So it provides all the enzymes, probiotics, prebiotics, vitamins, minerals, chlorophyll, postbiotics. You might not have heard that term before. Vitalité contains a lot of really cool postbiotic molecules, which are molecules that good bacteria produce, and it gives you everything you need for proper function. The fact of the matter is there is a nutritional famine going on this earth. We're eating food, but it's lifeless food. It's actually not food at all. It's what we call food-like substances or FLSs. These are foods that might fill the belly. They have macronutrients, they have protein, carbohydrates, lots of carbohydrates actually, lots of sugar. They have some fiber in them, but they are devoid of the medicinal molecules that support health. And you look at how most of us live today. And I'm not talking us here on this, these beautiful people here on this Zoom. I'm talking those people over there. But anyways, you think about how we eat normally, right? You get up, you wake up late, you go downstairs, your kids aren't up yet. You're like, oh my gosh, where are they? They should be getting ready. Yeah. You yell down the stairs, get up, everybody gets up and whatnot. You hurry and you're frantically, wham something down. Maybe it's you give something to your kids to eat. They don't have time to eat. So you give them a granola bar or, one of those frozen pastry toaster strudel things. You know what I'm talking about, right? You put it in the toaster because you only have like 90 seconds. You put it in the toaster, pops up, and they grab that, you give it to them in a napkin, and they're warming that down while you take them to school, right? You drop them off at school, you haven't eaten because you've been so busy feeding them. You swing by a restaurant, one of those places where you get a drink and you get a scone, right? You're eating that scone, you're gnawing on that scone while you're drinking and you get into work. Okay, so how many medicinal molecules have you eaten so far? How many medicinal molecules are in that scone? That frozen pastry strudel thingamajiggy, that food-like substance you've given to your kids. How many medicinal molecules are in that? Right? Zero. And then you work hard and it's lunchtime and you're working on a project with your team and your boss says, okay, wow, we're making great progress. I don't want us to break for lunch or anything. I'm just going to order in pizza, right? There's a new New York pizza place across the street from our office. I'm going to order in pizza for everybody. Yay, right? So they order in pizza and New York pizza, it's big, it's slimy. You fold it in like force and you're gnawing on it while you're trying to work, right? And you're eating it. How many medicinal molecules in that pizza? Zero, right? And your boss orders a sugary soda to go with it, right? Double yay. And then you get home, you presented your presentation, that your team made, you presented to the board, it went well, everything was great. And you get home and you need to get dinner on the table, you need to get it fast. The kids are home, the natives are restless, right? They're cranky, everybody's cranky, you're tired, you need to get some food. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? You don't want to go out, you don't want to order something. It's so expensive nowadays, right? To order food. And then you remember, your mom gave you a frozen lasagna and some frozen dinner rolls, a couple weeks ago when your youngest wasn't feeling well. And so, oh my gosh, this is great. You throw that into the oven. 31 minutes later, boom, out pops this beautiful lasagna, these dinner rolls. The kids just devour it. They're going crazy. It's great. But again, how many medicinal molecules? Their bellies are full, but their body is depleted in medicinal molecules. And then you finally get them to bed, right? After your kid comes out like 4 times, they have to go to the bathroom, they want a drink, they want this, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, you finally get them into bed. And they stay there. And then you sit down to binge watch your favorite TV show for 45 minutes, right? To decompress. And then you sit down and you're like, I'm actually kind of hungry, right? And you go to your freezer and you pull out your ice cream, your favorite brand. You know what I'm talking about, your favorite brand, your favorite flavor of ice cream. And you start whamming that down. whamming it down, right? How many medicinal molecules? You see the theme here? We eat nothing medicinal and you go to bed. And we might laugh about that, but that something like that happens day in and day out for most of the people in the United States and in developed countries. And that might happen for a lot of us. And that's okay. And that's why we developed Vitalité, because it gives you everything the body needs for proper function, and it's absorbable. It has three different cellular absorption technologies because, as Lori said so beautifully, you aren't what you eat, you are what you absorb. And so that's why this product is powerful. It's the number one product on the planet. It's the world's best multivitamin, hands down. There's nothing even close to it. And it's your insurance policy. Even if you are eating healthy, that's great. And I commend you on that. One of the things we need to realize, though, is that the food that we're eating today isn't as healthy as the food our parents or certainly our grandparents ate. Soil depletion is a big deal. And the other thing, people are breeding fruits and vegetables. And I'm not saying it's GMO, it's not GMO, but they're just selectively breeding fruits and vegetables for their sensory properties, for how sweet they are, for how big they look. Have you seen the apples nowadays? Right? They have apple varieties that are as big as your head. You're like, where in the world did those come from? I didn't see them, 35, 40 years ago. We had these little small apples, and those apples are full of medicinal molecules. Once today, not so much. So that's the power of the product. We need to take it every single day. When should you take it? Lori takes it in the morning. I take it in the morning. But the fact of the matter is, the best time to take Vitalité and all of our products is when you remember to take them.
I love that. I couldn't agree more. I mean, the main thing is get them in. And everything you were describing, Dr. Dan, how true is that? Like, I mean, I'm sitting here going, yep, I can relate. I can relate. Oh my goodness. Yep, been there, done that. And I'm sure a lot of people on the Zoom. But you know what? I just want to do better. I want to do better. And that's why I'm so thankful for these products, the way that you've put them together. Again, these are the formulations you have done are absolutely incredible. And I love how boldly, how strongly you say these are the best on the planet. Like, there's no question. Dr. Dan said it so bold, so strongly because he knows what he knows, what he knows, and he's got the science to back it. So I love it, Dr. Dan. And I do have a testimonial. I'm going to turn it over to Kristen. Welcome, Kristen.
Hello, my name is Kristen Ruby, calling in from Rapid City, South Dakota today. I just want to thank both you and Dr. Dan for having me on tonight. Dr. Dan, I just love your integrity, your experience and expertise on all the products. They're very much appreciated. With the Vitalité, yeah, everybody always says it's one of my favorite products, but we all love the products. Through a lot of research, through absorption technologies and such, like you already said, it's the best in the world. I couldn't find any other supplements that would help, and I know that my body is utilizing what is in the product. It's making me healthy. It's making me feel better, and it doesn't give you a stomach ache. I just remember how everything would always sit in my stomach and going, oh, it's not doing anything, but you can totally feel it. It gives you energy, and if you don't take it, you really notice it. And the neat little packets are perfect too, just to carry around when you're on vacation. It's not all these bottles, it's all in one. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that. I'm grateful for what you shared. And one of the things that we really try to do here at 3 International is we want to make it easy to be well. We want to make it easy for people to take. And so I'm grateful for our operations team that did such a great job packaging it in these little packets that you could put in your suit coat, you could put in your purse, you could throw in your suitcase. I love it. I travel. I spend probably about half of my time on the road, and it's so great to be like, okay, I'm going to be on the road for 6 days. Count out 6 packets, Vitalité, throw it in the suitcase. It's beautiful. It's easy. And we want to make it simple. And our products, the 6 products we're talking about tonight, we call those the simple 6, because really that's what they are. They're the simple 6 products. And each of these simple 6 products has a simple scientific message behind it. And so the simple scientific message behind Vitalité is it gives you everything the body needs so you can have natural energy, balance hormones, have a healthy gut, and banish brain fog. If you have felt those things taking this product, raise your hand. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. We could all use some of that, right? Wonderful. Thank you so much for that testimonial. All right, Lori, what do we have next? This is exciting. We're on a roll.
We are. I mean, and it's so hard because I feel like I want to say every single time. And this is just one of my favorite products. This is one of they're all so good, Dr. Dan. So this is our super antioxidant. I love this Éternal, and I like to call it the Power Packed Purple Pouch. Can you guys say that really fast? Power Packed Purple Pouch. Because it is a Power Pack Purple Pouch. I love how it's liquid and you just drink it up. I love the flavor that you've made it. This is one of my favorite things to take, but also I like it as a snack. I mean, sometimes in the middle of the day, afternoon, I'll take it just as a snack. I just think it tastes so good. I like the way it helps me to feel. It's just a great support to my body. And I know a couple of the things we hear a lot about, resveratrol, glutathione, how good those things are for our body. Again, it's in the Power Pack Purple Pouch.
Beautiful, Lori. So this product, when we designed it, we wanted to help with anti-aging. We wanted to help with longevity. I don't know about you guys, but I want to live a long life. Jane, my wife, she laughs at me, but I want to live to 112. That's what I want to do. I want to live to 112. I want to still be able to run with my grandkids. I want to be able to wrestle them, throw them to the floor, own them like a boss at 112. That's what I want to do. I just love life. I love being on this planet. I love, I just love science, and I hope to be in my lab for a long, long time, just coming up with new things. But aging is a thing, unfortunately, right? The human body, the nanosecond we're born, we're destined to die. That's just how it is, right? Our cells just go this slowly constant march towards destruction, so to speak, towards passing away. It's just a part of life. There are things, though, that can actually accelerate that aging process. Poor diet, lack of sleep, lack of exercise, UV radiation, especially our poor diet, can cause the cells to age prematurely. And so when we developed that product, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to see, are there molecules in plants around this beautiful planet that could help to slow that aging process? And it turns out there are molecules like resveratrol, molecules like glutathione, CoQ10. In Éternal, we have over between 700 to 900 different molecules from the 12 different superfruits that we have in this product. And so one of the reasons we age, we don't know all the reasons. It's really interesting. Aging is a very complicated process, and there's many different ways that the body ages. But one of the reasons the body ages is called oxidative stress. And basically, what happens is the body produces free radicals, and free radicals happen. And if we don't have enough antioxidants to quench those free radicals, then something in the body happens called oxidative stress. And a way to think about it is when you have a nail and you leave the nail outside in the humidity, in the rain, day in and day out, that nail will start to rust. And that rust is because the iron in that nail is oxidizing. Oxygen is attacking it and it's oxidizing. And that's called oxidation. And in the body, oxygen is attacking us all the time. All the environmental factors are attacking us. And if we don't have enough antioxidants, then the body is oxidizing. It's basically rusting out. Have you ever thought about that? That your body is rusting out if you don't have enough medicinal antioxidants. And so that's why we developed this product. It's powerful. I love the convenience, like Lori said, of our beautiful purple pouch. It is easy to take. It's convenient. It tastes delicious. You can taste the medicinal nature of it. You can taste the glutathione in it, which I love. People are like, yeah, there's glutathione in there. I'm like, absolutely, darn tootin', there's glutathione. You need to taste it because there's a lot of it. There's an efficacious medicinal amount of glutathione. But the kicker here is our cellular absorption technologies. And because of these cellular absorption technologies, The glutathione in Éternal is more bioavailable than any other supplement on the planet, and it's actually more bioavailable than these IV drips that people are getting. Do you know that? Have you seen those, right? These IV clinics are popping up everywhere, right? Where someone who doesn't know the first thing about giving you an IV is now randomly stabbing a needle into you, right? And then they have this bag with glutathione supposedly and water and whatnot, and they drip it through you. Well, guess what? Glutathione despises water. It hates water. It's hydrophobic. And so if you put glutathione in water in a salt saline solution, guess what? It's not going to be absorbed in the body. Our product is. And it's listed in the prescriber's digital reference. So when medical professionals go to look for something to help people like me who want to live to 112 and they look in the PDR, guess what shows up? Our Éternal product. And all of our Simple Six products are in the PDR. So it's a powerful product. You should take it every single day, twice a day. You could take it more than that if you want, but it's a key pillar in human health.
And I do tend to take it more, Dr. Dan. Sometimes Greg, my husband Greg, is like, how many of those do you take, Lori? I'm like, three, four. I mean, I love them. They're so good for you. They're a healthy snack. I mean, it tastes so good. So I just cannot thank you enough for putting this product together and having the absorption that we have. And I absolutely love how you explained, the hydrophobic and the injections versus what we're able to just drink down. And a lot of people don't like needles either.
Mm.
You guys, the Power Pack Purple Pot, Power Pack Purple Pouch, it's there. We do have a testimonial. I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay. Welcome, Linz.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Jimmo calling from North Alberta, Canada, and I feel honored. Thank you for having me on to share. I really love the Eternal. When I first started taking it, I was just taking one a day and, not really noticing a difference, but I really started to listen to Lori about take it more than once, And what I love about the Eternal, I think most is I feel like it just supports your body where it's at, what it needs in that moment. And I am a busy mom of 4, so sometimes I need some brain fog support, and I've found that with the Eternal. And sometimes I need an extra boost of energy in the afternoon, and I have found that when I've taken the Eternal. But I wanted to share the other day, actually, my 11-year-old boy, he leaned over to me in the arena. He plays hockey, and he says, "Mom, I feel like I'm having a cough, like pneumonia coming." And I'm like, "Okay." He says, "So normally I'd give him an Imúne and give him a Revíve, but this time something told me just give him an Eternal too." And I think, in 2 days, he was fine. So I just really like that Eternal. I think for him, I was just like, I'm just going to promote something good, putting something good back in his body too, to build up his immune system or whatever he might need at the time. Because I am a nurse and I know that pneumonia is not a great thing to get, any sort of sickness when you have kids. So that's my story. I really appreciate being on, and thank you guys so much. It's so nice to see all of you.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Lindsay, for sharing. Love that. It's that easy taking these products to take care of our wellness. Things happen in life. We're surrounded all the time by factors that can diminish our health. And so the simple science version of Vitalité is it helps you age better, look better, and live better. And if you've experienced that with this product, raise your hand. Beautiful. Grateful for all of you. Grateful that you're taking this product. And I want to tell you, there's nothing more powerful from an antioxidant standpoint than Éternal. We're really proud of that. 200 milligrams of resveratrol, third-party testing on the amount of resveratrol in our product. And it's one of my faves. It's beautiful.
I love it, Dr. Dan. Again, I can't pick a favorite. I feel like I would just say each and every time, this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. They're all just so good. What you've put together is just so wonderful. And we'll move on to our next product. One thing that I do want to mention on here, I know we're talking about, our supplements this evening, but I do want everyone to know that we do also have a skincare line. We have an incredible skincare line. We have a super serum. It is a Nero cosmetic. We have the only Nero cosmetic out there. Dr. Dan has found that there is a skin brain connection. So when you put it on your skin, not only does it help, to support your skin, but it also gives you some brain support and a kick of dopamine. So who doesn't want that, right? We do have a wonderful cleanser, a toner, and a cream caviar. So we do have that. I just want to make sure everyone knows. And I do have to say real quick, I was out of town just recently and thought I had packed my cleanser and I missed it. And so I had to use a different cleanser. And I can't even tell you how dry and terrible my face felt from using something else. It was absolutely terrible. I love our line. I just want to make sure everyone knows that before we get into our Collagene product. So we do have a collagen product. I love Dr. Dan, how you made it liquid, marine based, micronized, hydrolyzed, tastes great. I love it. So back to you.
Awesome. Yeah, we do have an amazing skincare product. It's called the Visage line, as Lori mentioned. It's the world's first neurocosmetic line. The serum and the creme caviar, the moisturizer, are listed in the prescriber's digital reference PDR. So that's a big deal. These are the only skincare products, besides, Accutane and different for acne and different things like that. But when it comes to topical skincare, for everyday use, these are the only skincare products listed in the PDR, and we're really proud of that. And so it's a powerful system. If you like the skincare system, raise your hand. See who's using it here. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you, my dear friends. I'm looking at the comments here and I want to make a comment about your comments. Isn't that funny? Comment about the comments. So people are talking about water, oh no, should I put my Eternal in water? I dilute it up in water or things like that. That's fine. No worries. You could dilute it up in water, you could take it straight. The body is 60 to 75% water, depending on the part of the body of the system. And that's okay. What we've done is we've designed our formulations to specifically interact beneficially with the body through our cellular absorption technologies, our 12 cellular absorption technologies. And you might be like, well, how does the body, the body does you have all these molecules in the body. How does that work? Well, the cool thing about the body is everything that the body does, all the reactions, the body actually uses cellular absorption technology as well. It actually wraps up lipids and fats and proteins and complexes them together in ways such that those molecules are water soluble. They dissolve in water. The problem is when you take a nutritional supplement and you introduce molecules into the body that doesn't have cellular absorption technology, those aren't absorbed in the body. The body just flushes them out. And so with our products, you don't have to worry. The body is water. That's great. Our products are all water soluble, so they get into the cells, and life is peachy keen and great. Okay, now collagen. Our collagen product, like Lori mentioned, 5 grams of hydrolyzed micronized marine collagen. Regardless of what anybody says on TikTok or on the internet or whatever, the best form of collagen is marine collagen. Why is that? Because marine collagen there's different types of collagen. There's 18 different types of collagen, and more being discovered every year actually by scientists, different types of and different forms of collagen. The collagen in the body that we want to focus on with collagen is type 1 and type 3 collagen. Type 2 collagen is important as well. That's for your joints and your cartilage. But for skin health, type 1 and type 3 is the best. Collagen from chicken, no type 1 and type 3. Collagen from beef, very little type 1 and type 3. Collagen from fish, basically all type 1 and type 3 collagen. So that's a big deal, our marine collagen. It's harvested through a sustained open ocean aquaculture method, doesn't damage or harm the environment at all. And collagen's big, right? I don't know about you, but where I live in Utah, driving up and down the I-15 from where I live to my work, it's a 22-minute drive. And I see 4 different collagen billboards, 4 of them. Collagen's huge. The other day, I was with a friend and we were going to the gas station, and he had to grab his sugary energy drink, and I was like, "You're so lame," But anyways, I was there, and do you know they sell collagen at the gas station, right? I mean, collagen's everywhere. It's so ubiquitous, and it's a big deal. Collagen is a big deal. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. And it's one of the most vital proteins in the body. The body needs collagen. The problem is this: as we age, as we get older, the body starts to produce less and less collagen. These genes, these chemical switches that turn on and off collagen production, they start to slip. They start to become erratic. And because of that, the body doesn't have enough collagen. Collagen, one way to see if you have enough collagen or not, you could think of collagen as tent posts. That when you're setting up a tent, you have those poles, right? And those poles keep the fabric taut. Well, if you started pulling out some of those poles in the tent fabric will sag. And so as we get older, when wrinkles appear, that's because the body doesn't have enough collagen. It doesn't have enough elastin. It doesn't have enough of the proteins that it needs. And so most collagen products, they are deficient in addressing this solution. Excuse me. For 2 major reasons. Number one, the collagen that they use is a huge molecule. Collagen's huge. And so trying to get collagen into the cell is like trying to take an orange and you have the eye of a sewing needle and trying to push the orange through the eye of a sewing needle, right? It's just not going to happen. Collagen's huge. And that's the problem. Companies today, there's no delivery. They're trying to just ram this sucker in, and that's not going to work. What we do is we take collagen, this huge molecule, and we hydrolyze and micronize it, like we've said before. But what that means, layperson terminology, is we've chopped it up into smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller pieces until those collagen fragments aren't an orange anymore. It's actually thread, the size of sewing thread. And with that, you can definitely push that through the eye of the sewing needle and away you go, and life is great. That's the power of this product. So absorbable collagen, number one. Number two is, even if you do take an okay collagen product, wow, I'm having balloons there, sorry. Even if you do take an okay collagen product, the problem is the body is deficient in collagen. And it's continuing to be deficient. So even though you're giving it collagen, it's just this never-ending rat race, this cycle where you're never really able to get above and beyond. What this product does and why it's so different is we have natural molecules from plants that teach the body how to make collagen again. And that's a big deal. It turns on collagen production. And that's why you can take it for 10 days on straight, and you could rest for 20 days, and then you take it the first 10 days of each month, and life is beautiful. If you want to take it every single day, you can. It's not going to harm the body or anything like that, but it was designed to take for the first 10 days of the month. And that's the power of this product. And the Simple Science version, it makes collagen so you feel better. And by the way, collagen also helps you move better as well. And the before and afters that we've seen, I'm sure you guys could talk about that as well. The before and afters that I've seen from you of our collagen product from taking it, it's just beautiful and powerful.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there are so many, like you mentioned, Dr. Dan, before and after photos, and it's incredible. But you've also mentioned the PDR and how these products are in the PDR. I mean, what you have put together and how you have formulated these is so, so important. And that PDR just validates your work. Like you said, I mean, again, you guys, you're not going to find better supplements. You're not going to find them. You're just not. So if you really want to be getting things in your body that are actually absorbing and working for you, get the best. Like why mess with the rest? Like why mess around? And we do have a testimonial, Dr. Dan. I'm going to turn it over to Judy. Welcome, Judy.
Thank you, Lori. It's an honor to be on tonight with Dr. Dan. my testimony is I love collagen. It supports, of course, hair, skin, and nails. And my hairdresser tells me that every time I go, because she has to cut after 5 weeks. She's cutting off so much, and she's thinning it all the time. My nails are stronger, and for 80 years old, my skin's not too bad. And, and the other thing is aches and pains. I mean, I don't have arthritis. All these things that most people, the joints ache so bad. I don't have that. But the biggest thing that I am happy with is due to my husband. My husband is in long-term care, has been for 4 years with dementia. And within about a year and a half ago, I guess, he was blabbering like a baby. Like he just didn't make any sense at all in talking anymore. And he is more and more making sense when he talks to me. He'll say little tiny sentences like, and we can hold maybe a 2 or 3 sentence conversation, which we never did before. And he's cooperative. He's helpful. Like instead of just being like a log when they go to get him up or dress him or anything, he's helping out now. So I am so thankful for the collagen, for how it has supported and helped his health. So thank you very much, Dr. Dan. Thank you, Lori.
Oh, thank you, Judy. That was delightful. We love you and so glad to hear that things are going okay with your husband. Now, I love that testimonial because you might be like, well, how could collagen affect with, how could it help that? I thought it was just a skincare product. Well, it's not. People who think it's just a beauty from within product are dead wrong. It does that. But remember, collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. So the body uses collagen for all sorts of things, for cognition, for memory, for joint function, for heart function. Collagen is used for all of these things. And so when you're taking collagen, you're giving the body the building blocks that it needs. And something we haven't mentioned before, we're the only company that have shown that our products can regulate the genes, the chemical switches of the body. And so when you take collagen, you're regulating genes related to brain health, related to heart health, antioxidant function, anti-aging. And so it really is a comprehensive product. So thank you, Judy. That was beautiful. Appreciate you.
I love it. Again, Dr. Dan, the way you have formulated these products, you are helping so many people with so many things. I mean, you are just giving our body so much support, and we just cannot thank you enough. So, our next product that we're going to hit on is called our Revive product. And I mean, I kind of tend to call them the little magic beans or the little orange footballs. This is just such a great product. And, inflammation. I think a lot of people deal with inflammation, and this just helps to support inflammation. I've heard, Dr. Dan, I've heard it said that inflammation is the number one cause of disease. And I think, we can get it from all different things, but I'm tending to wonder, a lot of these foods that we're eating, with the thing that we're drinking and things in our water, if it's not possibly causing some of the inflammation that people tend to have in their body. All I can say is I love this product, and I know it helps support the body a lot. So thank you again for formulating yet another incredible product.
Thanks, Lori. Inflammation, if you ask any medical doctor, like you said, inflammation is the root cause of all disease in the body. And there's 2 different types of inflammation. There's what's called acute inflammation. And what that means is the body uses it short term for a short period of time to keep things on track. A little bit of inflammation is a good thing. That actually causes growth. When you do something that's challenging and it forces you to do something, and you do something and it's better for you after you get through it, that's kind of what acute inflammation is. Or the analogy I like to use is like a fire. You light a fire. Fire can be not great, right? It can be harmful, but when you have a fire in a fire pit, it's a beautiful thing, right? Where you're sitting in your backyard or you go camping with your family and you have this fire. It's well contained in this fire pit with rocks or metal around it and whatnot. And you sit there and it's just beautiful. It's magical. You look at the stars, the northern lights, your kids are roasting marshmallows, whatnot. In Utah, we're weird. Kids like to roast Starburst over the fire. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but anyways, you have a great time. That's acute inflammation, fire. Yeah, and it's contained. The problem though is when sparks get outside of that fire pit and they land on a tree or they land on the side of your house or whatnot, and then it spreads. A forest fire, tragic, right? Forest fire, that's an example of chronic inflammation. When inflammation gets into this runaway state and you can't stop it. That's what we want to address. That's what we want to deal with. And the product to help support a healthy inflammatory status in the body is our Revíve product, like Lori said. And there's anti-inflammatories have been in the news a lot over the last couple of years, right? About anti-inflammatories and how they are beneficial, or some are saying some anti-inflammatories, that are made by pharma may not be as beneficial because of different things like that, but this is a natural anti-inflammatory product. It contains molecules that are natural. The problem with, I used to be a pharmaceutical chemist and I would synthesize drugs and I loved it. It was great. The problem though with pharma drugs, when you synthesize something, when you make something that no one has seen before in the history of humankind, that's really exciting. And I love doing that. The problem is the body can't recognize it, right? When us chemists do all our fancy stuff and whatnot, we're like, wow, we made this amazing molecule. The body's like, I have no idea what that is. And so it freaks out. The liver freaks out and problems occur. The beautiful thing is these natural molecules from Revíve, the body recognizes it, so it can help to bring inflammation from the chronic state back into the acute state. And when that happens, everything gets better. Cognition is improved. Heart health is improved. Exercise recovery is improved. We can move better. We can feel better. We can think better. And so it really is a foundational health product. Who feels the difference pretty quickly after they take this product? Very demonstrable product, right? You take this product and you can feel a difference right away. Thanks, Lori.
Yes, and I have a testimonial. Curtis, welcome.
Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Dr. Dan. Hey, you guys, I'm up here in northern Idaho, and I absolutely love the Revíve product. This is actually a product that was given to me from Greg and Lori. And just they knew that I was in a lot of pain. I experienced some injuries over my lifetime, and I had some arthritis in my spine, and I was always taking a handful of ibuprofen every day, which I think we all kind of know isn't great for you. But at the same time, I mean, it got rid of the pain. So that was what I was looking for. And I started taking these products. They're absolutely amazing. I stopped taking any ibuprofen. I don't take anything synthetic right now. And it's absolutely amazing how it just takes away that pain and has helped me over the last few years and just really made my life a lot more enjoyable.
Beautiful. Thanks, Curtis. I sure appreciate that. You nailed it. It's just, for me, it's a quality of life product. When we keep inflammation in a healthy balance, just beautiful things happen. Thank you for sharing.
And our next product that we're going to talk about tonight is our Purifí product. And I love that this is a gentle detox, and I want to say heavy on the gentle detox. I think people hear detox, Dr. Dan, and they think, oh my goodness, I'm going to be stuck to my bathroom. I'm not going to be able to leave my house for 2 days. I can't wear white pants. I'm going to go through a bunch of toilet paper. You guys, I want to say gentle detox, but I love that we have this. I take 2 every single night, Dr. Dan. I love it because I know we're inundated with toxins. I know it. I know the food I'm eating. I know the things, the water I'm drinking, deodorant I'm wearing, makeup I'm wearing. I mean, I know that I'm in, clothes have toxins in them, and I could go on and on. So for me, it's every single evening I take 2, and I love that it's just a gentle cleanse. I am not stuck in my bathroom. I can wear white pants if I want. And I'll tell you this, you guys, I use less toilet paper. It's very clean. So thank you, Dr. Dan, for this Purify product?
Yeah, so these hardcore laxative products, and I've formulated some of them in my day, they're not beneficial for health. You know, a lot of people when you take it and you, like Lori said, you can't go into work because you're on the toilet for half of the day, and people are like, you see, that product is working. Well, it's actually not. It's not good for health. Um, what we need to remember is that our intestines, we have the gut microbiome, which is the second brain. And if we're always constantly with these hard laxative products, we're actually moving the second brain from our gut where it should be to the toilet where it shouldn't be. So we want to have gentle daily detox where we're just steadily, efficiently,
Okay.
constantly moving toxins out of the body.
Okay,
I
that's
was
gonna take
reading a paper the other day and it was really interesting. They were analyzing cord blood, the blood of a newborn infant. And they, you know, and they do that, doctors do that and whatnot. But what they found is that in the cord blood of an infant, in this paper, excuse me, that it's not an infant, but the unborn child, the fetus, at 6 months gestation, they detected over 220 toxins, synthetic chemicals already. Can you imagine? Already in the baby at that stage. Think about that. This beautiful child has yet to take his or her first breath, and they're already laden with hundreds of molecules, toxic, synthetic molecules. It's crazy. I was reminded the other day, I was rereading a paper. You know, I don't know. I like to reread scientific papers. I'm weird. I'm like, you know, kind of the greatest hits. One of my favorite but scariest papers that I was reading the other day is, you know, when you go to the store and they say, do you want a receipt? Yes or no? And you say yes. And, you know, you hear that humming noise and they print off the receipt on that thermal paper. Do you know that on that thermal paper, it has PFASs, forever chemicals, endocrine disruptors? When you grab that receipt, you're like, congratulations. Not only do you have your receipt, but now you have endocrine disrupting chemicals that can mess up your hormones and sink through your skin. So it's a big deal. The skin is a semi-permeable membrane. And so it's really important that we remove toxins from the body. And that's what Purify does. It removes toxins from the liver, the colon, the kidneys, the spleen, the lungs, from the skin as well, to make sure that the body is functioning like the fine-tuned machine that it should be. Because, you know, a lot of people are saying, hey, I really wish you develop a product for weight loss. Well, we do have one, and it's actually called Purify. Why? Because the body cannot lose weight if it's laden with toxins. Some people might be like, man, I just can't lose weight. I can't lose weight. I'm trying everything. I'm eating clean. I'm working out, yada, yada, yada. Well, one of the major reasons for that might be because of toxins, because hormones are not balanced properly because of the toxic load in the body. So this is a powerful product. If this is your favorite product, raise your hand. Just curious. Is this anybody's favorite product? Wow, look at that. A lot of people raising their hand. Yeah, it's a great product. It's a sleeper product, what I like to say. You know, it's powerful.
I feel like I could raise my hand for every single product. I'm like, do I raise it? Do I not? Because I would do this for all of them, Dr. Dan. I would do it for all of them. And again, you guys, I just want to emphasize Dr. Dan saying that we are in the PDR, Physicians Digital Reference. Any of us can go to pdr.net. You can type in 3THREE and you're going to see a list of our products. Now, how many other companies are you going to see? All these products, nutritional companies, I'm going to go with this. They might have one if they're very, very lucky to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're not going to see that, you guys. 7, 8. You're not going to see that. So again, Dr. Dan, kudos to you for all of your work, everything you've done, and all of the products that we have in that PDR. So I do have a testimonial. I'm going to turn it over to Jay. Welcome, Jay.
Well, thank you so much, Lori and Dr. Dan. What an honor it is to be on with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining our Zoom. And let's face it, people, you heard about the science there. You know, people take their automobile in for a regular oil change and filter change, regular maintenance, and they don't do that for their body. A chain is only as good as its weakest link. And as Dr. Dan said, you know, if you have a clog in the pipes, then nothing else is going to work. And so I'm actually fasting right now for different reasons, but I fasted years ago, and I did one of those 10-day fasts, you know, with the coffee, you know, on the platform. You know, I don't want to get graphic, but after that, you know, I felt like, you know, kind of renewed. But when I first took the Purify, okay, it took stuff out of my body that fast didn't come close to, and it was like I kind of feel like you know, when you have one of those controllers that you get with like a device, like a remote control, and it has a little film on it. And so you can peel that off, and it's like really, you know, then you see what's underneath. And so for me, it was like when I took this product for the first time, for the first few weeks, afterwards, it was like my senses were kind of, you know, unveiled. And even in my, you know, I mean, never had I ever heard this before in my life, but I was at a party, you know, and I'm like close to 50, and someone said, "Wow, you have such good reflexes," because we were playing this game where we're hitting balloons back and forth, and I'd never heard that in my entire life. So I just like to thank you for this product. I keep it on my bedside table, so I don't forget to take it at night. And Dr. Dan, I know you have a very good reason why these are green, because even the shell has a purpose. So yeah, thanks again for having me. And I love the skincare, and the cleanser is the best. And I'm like Lori, I would put my hands up. They're all my favorite.
Awesome. Thanks, Jay. Sure appreciate that testimonial. Yes, the capsule is green, and that's for a reason. One of the delivery cellular absorption technologies is in that green capsule of Purify. Sodium copper chlorophyllin, which helps to bring the good molecules into the cell, and it rounds up the bad guys, the toxins, throws them in the bus, and drives them out of the cell. So it's a beautiful thing.
Your knowledge is the way that you put these products and the way that you care about people, Dr. Dan, is it's so important. You know, it's just, it shines through that you want to help people. You want to help support people's bodies because you actually care. Where, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, you guys, let's face it, we can buy in the store. It's not supporting. It's not about caring for people. You know what it's about? I mean, this is Lori lingo, but let's just go with this. It's about the money that gets in people's pockets. Like, let's actually help people. Like, let's really help people. That's why I'm so passionate about these products, this company, and so excited to be interviewing our formulator of these products, Dr. Dan Gubler. And on to our next product, which is our Imúne. And this is an immune supporting product. Who doesn't want to help support their immune system? I think this is another very powerful product because I know that I want my immune system supported. And I'll say this, Dr. Dan, I take 2 of these every single day. Again, in the morning. I take all of my products in the morning. The only one I take in the evening is the Purify. I do separate this and take this one at night before bed. Everything else I take in the morning on an empty stomach with a glass of water. And again, I don't just take this when I start to not feel well. I take it all the time. So thank you for our immune supporting product.
Thanks, Lori. Imúne is a powerful product to support health of the immune system, obviously. What I feel impressed to share is that we need to understand that the immune system is much more than just something that fights bad guys and makes us and helps us not to get sick as often. The immune system plays a huge role with the gut microbiome. And as you might know, 80% of the immune cells in our body are in our gut and integrated with our gut microbiome. And so it's a big deal. The immune system, and you can look this up in the scientific literature, immune system affects brain health. It affects obviously gut health. It affects heart health. It affects skin health. And so it's much more than just helping us not get sick as often, although it does do that, and it does that really well. The immune system is, you know, the heart is the heartbeat of the body, but the immune system is a heartbeat of the systems of the body. And so it's vital to keep it healthy and vibrant and strong. And so we have cellular absorption technologies here. We have unique properties. We have something really cool called quorum sensing, which is a patented technology that's proprietary to 3 and to no other company on the planet. And it helps to support both the innate and the adaptive immune systems technologies. It's listed in the PDR, and it's a powerful product that, like Lori said, you take 2 every single day. If you feel like you're getting sick, you double up. And I don't know about you, but how many times have have you had this experience where you feel late at night like you're coming down with something, you're feeling sick, maybe your throat's feeling a little scratchy, whatnot, you're just not feeling great, you're feeling a little more tired than usual, and you pop a few Imúne and then you wake up the next day just feeling awesome? Who's had that experience before? I mean, it's powerful, right? It can help to modulate our immune system and get us back on track so we don't spend the next day in bed miserable and not able to show love to those that we care about.
Yeah, I agree. I've done exactly that, Dr. Dan, and I love how we don't have to worry. Like if you feel something like you said, we can take more, we can take extra. I mean, these are natural ingredients that aren't harming us. And so I have done that, and I've even done it, like clockwork, where I'll take, 2 or 4 if I feel a little tickle, every like 4 hours. And yep, sure enough, the next day I feel a lot better. It's just helping to support that immune system. It's very, very powerful the way you put that together. So I'm going to turn it over to our next testimonial, which is Lori. Welcome.
Hi there. My name is Lori Clymer. I'm from Clovis, California. I want to thank you, Lori, very much for asking me to share. I love you to pieces. And Dr. Deanne, I am so honored. You are, oh man, you're the bomb. You are just a rock star. I send your Instagram stuff to so many people. I have my friends are laughing. I mean, I do. I send it out all the time. And so anyways, sorry, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but so Imúne was not my wasn't like my rock star one until I got really sick. And then my family all went on antibiotics, and they're like, oh, you need to go to the doctor and get on, I don't know, Z-Pack or whatever. And I'm like, nope. And I ran out of Imúne was what happened. So I ordered it, and then it came in, and I think I tripled up. I don't know, maybe more, because I was taking, I think, 8 a day for a couple of days. I didn't need any antibiotics. I didn't need any of that. And I was fine. And the other thing that I really, really love about it, which I didn't notice, is that I live in an area which is like the San Joaquin Valley. It used to be very highly agriculture. And we're in between LA and San Francisco. So we have one of the worst air qualities in the nation. And my allergies were horrible. And I take nothing. I don't have a stuffy nose. I don't have anything. Now, I'm not telling you that we don't cure anything, but that is what I have noticed that helps me and has promoted my health wise for allergies. So, Dr. Dan, whatever you put in this thing, you are right up there below Jesus. You kind of walk on water for me. So I'm so grateful to you. So that's all. Thank you so much.
Well, all I have to say is I have no response to that. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate you. You're awesome. And back to you, Lori.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Dr. Dan, we are all so appreciative of you. We really are, because these products are just helping to support us and changing lives every single day. So I hope you guys are taking notes. I have a ton of notes. I love it. Well, our last product that we're going to talk about tonight is our Kynetik product. I love how you created this energy product. You guys, there are so many energy products out there, and they have a lot of dangerous and bad ingredients. I'm going to go as far as saying bad ingredients. I know, some of these ingredients are putting people in hospitals, causing heart attacks. You see this stuff on the news, so when we have an energy product that has no taurine, no sugar, no sucralose, no aspartame, people need to sit up and take notice. We have this cool box that it comes in, and in the box, there's 30 of these sticks. And you guys remember pixie sticks when you were younger? I'm sure aging myself. Not everybody remembers pixie sticks, but I do. And you just cut that or rip that open. You can just pour it in a glass of water, mix it up. You can put it in a water bottle, shake it up, and this gives you clean energy. It also gives you just a boost of people just feel better. It's kind of like a little happy boost. I was wondering, Dr. Dan, sometimes you run across a little bit negative people. I was wondering if we just sprinkle that on them, would that make them a little more chipper maybe? Anyway, back to you, Dr. Dan.
Yeah, Lori, it wouldn't hurt. Maybe we should give that a try. Anyways, Kynetik is our clean caffeine product. It contains 200 milligrams of caffeine. You might say, oh, wow, that's a lot. Well, in the clinical studies that have been published and with the other ingredients that we have in there with glycine and yerba santa and whatnot, what we found is that this is the right amount of nutrients to provide a really clean, powerful, constant energy supply. Energy is one of the greatest need states in the world today. You can't do anything if you don't have energy, obviously, right? Our occupation, caring for our family, showing love and concern without being grumpy, and when we're so tired sometimes, it's to be powerful at your job, anything, it takes energy. And we're in an energy rut. We're in an energy slump. And the things people take for energy, they do provide energy, but it's a wicked cycle, right? It's that up and down. Just think if you've had experience with energy sources before, right? You take it and it provides energy, and then 6 hours later, it's sucking out your soul, right? And you just feel terrible. And so that's why having a product that gives a constant supply of energy is really, really important. And that's what Kynetik does. It's clean energy, clean caffeine, hydrates the body, supports health of the brain, and most importantly, it doesn't burn out our adrenal glands, adrenal fatigue. So the adrenal gland is responsible to produce cortisol, right? And cortisol is a hormone. It attenuates, it regulates a stress response. And when you take energy drinks with the different ingredients that Lori mentioned, what can happen, and it's known in the scientific literature, you can look up the papers, is the adrenal glands can actually go on the fritz. When we say they're burned out, what it means is that the adrenal glands don't function like they should, and they constantly just dump out cortisol, this hormone. So the body's continually stressed and on a, fight and flight state all the time. And so because of that, the body can really be thrown out of balance. This product balances adrenal fatigue, reduces adrenal fatigue, balances adrenal function, and gives you the clean energy that you need.
I love it, Dr. Dan, and we have a great testimonial. Welcome, Karen.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you. This product, I have been with y'all since the very beginning, and every product makes me feel better. It makes me feel good. But the energy drinks, we rushed my husband at some point to the hospital because we thought he was having a stroke because he was drinking energy drinks and the sodium levels so high. We discovered he has Meniere's disease, but it was very, very scary. So I have always stayed away from them. But what this has done, it literally has changed my life. Like every product has had an effect on my life. This one, I'm gonna get teary-eyed. It has managed my ADHD because the caffeine level, it's such a natural caffeine, but really I've had chronic headaches my entire life. I'm sorry, this is just, it's just emotional because it has literally just changed everything. So I had chronic headaches my whole life. My sisters always had migraines and they were getting to a migraine level. And when this was introduced, one of my friends went to the seminar about it and she said, you know what, this is supposed to help headaches. And I was like, yeah, okay. Because I was like, and then since then we found out about the Tylenol and everything. And I had it, but I had a routine that was not a good, healthy routine for my headaches, but I was losing time. I was losing time in my life because of headaches. And I have had two, and that's because of the major weather change here in North Carolina since June. Two. Not 2 a week, not 2 a day. And my husband said one morning I woke up and I had a headache. And he goes, you've had a headache for 30 years that I've been married to you. And I said, not lately. And he really thought about it. And he went, you know what? You're right. So now when I have a headache, I was like, how did I function? And so it's just made the biggest difference between the regulated energy level. I'm spending an hour at the gym every day now, and I sustain the energy. I sleep better. I mean, it's just been the topper to the foundational 6. And you said at one point very early on, this is one product with 6 parts. Well, this is like the cherry on the sundae. And I just appreciate it so much. So thank you for everything you do for us. I can't even tell you, because I'm 82 years old and I look, no, I'm not, but I'm not. But I do, it is fun when I tell people my age that they go, no. So that's fun. So thank you for that. Because
Thank you,
old is the
Karen.
goal. Old is the goal. Definitely.
Thank you for sharing that. We're so grateful for you and glad to hear that it's helped your life. We care about you, all of you. You know, that's why we do this business. You know, and that's why I formulate my just deepest desire is that these products can help people, to help them and their loved ones to just do things that they want to do. And so grateful. Thanks for that. And back to you, Lori.
Dr. Dan, you are just an absolute brilliant mind. You have a caring heart. You're a brilliant mind. The products that you have formulated, again, having the science that you have to back them. We have third-party clinical studies, you guys. To me, that's huge. There's companies that say, "Oh, we have clinical studies," and I'm like, "Are they third-party?" Well, no, they're in-house. That doesn't impress me. In-house studies, I think those might be a little swayed. I don't know, that's just me, but that's the first thing I think. Third-party clinical studies, you guys, epigenetic studies. We have the science to back it. We have so many products in the PDR. Again, pdr.net. Anyone can go there. Type in 3. Look up all this stuff. You guys, it isn't about following trends, it's about leading them. Dr. Dan is leading the wellness trend. I mean, it's fantastic. These products are the best. I mean, you heard him say it. He says it with confidence. He knows what he's formulated. He knows why he's formulated it. And again, we have the science to back it. So I can't thank you enough, Dr. Dan. I have so many incredible notes. Again, the Zoom is recorded for anyone that would like the recording. So much valuable information. I can't thank you enough for spending your time with us this evening. Time is valuable, guys. And again, I just want to say thank you so much to Dr. Dan. I want to say thank you to each and every testimonial. The testimonials shared this evening were so very powerful, so heartfelt. So I want to give a big thank you to Kristen, Lindsay, Judy, Kristen, Jay, Lori, Karen. I mean, Curtis, these testimonials were incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you guys, if you're going, man, I want to get my hands on these products. I need to try these products. You're right. You do. You deserve to get these products in your body. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can purchase these products at retail or you can purchase these products at wholesale. Why would you ever pay retail when you can pay wholesale? Well, how do I pay wholesale? You guys, it's kind of like a Costco membership. Anyone have a Costco membership? $30 once a year, you can get these products at wholesale. Whoever invited you on this Zoom, get with them and let them know, I want to try these products and I would like to get them at wholesale. They can help get you set up. If you want to pay retail, you're welcome to do that as well. I wouldn't recommend that, but you can certainly do that. Now, if you're saying, gosh, you know what, my sister, my neighbor, my friend, they need to try these products. Man, I can't believe all the things I've learned tonight. I can't believe the testimonials. They need to try this too. Is there a way I can share with them? And if I share with them, is there a way I could possibly get my products for free or maybe even earn a little bit of side income? The answer is yes and yes. And you know what? If that interests you, tomorrow evening, there's going to be a Zoom that shares exactly how you can do just that. My husband will be sharing tomorrow night, Mr. Greg Ferraro. It'll be a 30-minute Zoom, and you can let the person know who invited you on this Zoom. I'd like to jump on that Zoom tomorrow evening. I'm interested in learning a little bit more about that side of things, and they will send you the Zoom link. So again, I just want to thank each and every one of you for jumping on, for hearing from the best of the best. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan. Thank you to your family for sharing you with us this evening. I know you took time away from your family, and I just want you to know how much we appreciate you and how much we value you and all of your knowledge. So thank you to everyone. I want to wish each of you a lot of great health and a lot of happiness. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dan and Lori. Awesome.